Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. Unfortunately, we know sometimes we do need sympathy cards, and it's so sad when we do need to make one of these, but I thought I would just show folks this version of a sympathy card that they could try. It uses minimal products, and I think the tones and everything have a nice calming effect. So let's get started making this card. The supplies that we're going to need for our card is one of the items is the 1 1/4 inch gross grain striped ribbon. That's got Close to Cocoa is the main is one of the stripe colors in it. The Watercolor Trio stamp set from the Summer Mini. The Teeny Tiny Wishes from just the main catalog. Using the word window and the modern label punch, and I am again Close to Cocoa ink. So we'll get started making this card. Take an 11 inch by 4 1/4 card, and we'll fold it in half. And this is a beige cardstock. I can't tell you what the make or model is of this beige. It was one that I had in my file, and it matched the beige tones from the Close to Cocoa and beige stripe. So we'll make that base. And actually the first thing that I like to do is tie the ribbon on. It lets me know where, where my stamp should be. Okay, so for this one, I'll move my punches for just a second. Alrighty. I'm going to just make a knot for our card on this. I think the bows are really pretty as well. You could do a bow if you're good at making bows. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and make a knot. And get my scissors. And I'm going to fold the ribbon in half and then cut at an angle upward and get my little V look to the ribbon. You guys all probably know how to do that. So again, cutting up and angling. And then you could trim that if you wanted it trimmed a little more. Okay, the next thing that I did is I took, again, the image from the Watercolor Trio, and I've got my Stampin' Spot Close to Cocoa. Oops, I'm sorry, chocolate chip. Let me see what the ribbon is. Let's see here. It's chocolate chip too. I was saying Close to Cocoa. Okay, I'm going to have it facing me. And I liked how this kind of had an upward swirl mark to it. And so I'm actually going to stamp this image twice. Again, that gets my kind of that branch look going in a semicircle. So I'm going to get this inked up again one more time with our chocolate chip. Okay, I'll turn it to face me for just a second. And this is one of the reasons why I really like the cling, because I can see right where I need to stamp. And so this image will just be stamped off. And then what I wanted to do is this little flower petal that comes with the stamp set, I thought it looked like a good connecting piece to kind of transition my two stamped images that we just made here. So let's put this maybe like that. And that just gives me a little transition to cover that up. Okay, next I have the Sentiment with Sympathy. And again, I'll get my beige cardstock. And we're going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment, and then with our word window, punch it out. And you know, I think I'll trim this up just a little bit so I can get to it a little easier, and then that way it won't be all, I won't force it. So again, the word window punch is made to go with each of the sayings that come in the Teeny Tiny Wishes. Then I'll take my chocolate chip cardstock, and I'll take the modern label punch, and we'll punch that out. So for those of you out there that have been following me or are one of my current customers, you know that I just absolutely so recommend these 3 things as part of your basic stamp and card making kits. I think if you have those 3 things, that's about, you're just good to go in any occasion that you might need. And I'll get a dimensional. Okay, so that's the sympathy card on the front. And then what I would like to do on the inside is just kind of continue on with, I guess with our sympathy. And I've got the "I'm so sorry" phrase from the Teeny Tiny Wishes. I'm going to turn this to face me for just a second. Get this lined up. And then take the chocolate chip Stampin' Spot one more time on our main image. We'll get that all inked up nice. Okay, and that's our sympathy card. So again, this is highlighting the 1 1/4 inch striped gross grain ribbon and chocolate chip, and you know, and just I think a nice calming sympathy card when you might need one. Thanks everybody, and happy crafting.